Hello and welcome to another episode of today's GK. Let's begin with the practice question of the last segment. Consider the following statements regarding pathogens. Zoonotic pathogen refers to pathogens transmitted naturally between animals and humans. Leprosy and cholera are transmitted by pathogenic bacteria. We have to select the correct statement. Both are correct. C is the correct answer. WHO has asked Ukraine to destroy all pathogens in its labs to avoid a leak or a spill of a pathogen that could worsen the already existent pandemic situation in the world, and a pathogen is a biological agent that causes a disease or illness. Zoonotic pathogen refers to pathogens naturally transmitted between animals and humans, and diseases caused by bacteria are cholera, leprosy, tuberculosis, plague, syphilis, anthrax. Consider the following statements regarding Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Janaushadhi Pariyojana. It is a campaign launched by the Ministry of Ayush. Bureau of Pharma PSUs of India is the implementation agency of PMBJP. We have to select the correct statement. Only the second is correct. B is the correct answer. The Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Janaushadhi Pariyojana Kendras have added nutraceutical products including protein powder, immunity bar, etc. for its customers. It is a campaign launched by the Department of Pharmaceuticals in 2008 under the name Janaushadhi Campaign. The campaign was revamped as PMBJP in 2015-16. Bureau of Pharma PSUs of India is the implementation agency of PMBJP. The Bureau of Pharma Public Sector Undertakings of India works under the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. BPPI has also developed the Janaushadhi Sugham application. Consider the following statements regarding the Arab Spring. It was a series of anti-democracy uprisings that enveloped several largely Muslim countries. It took place in countries including Morocco and Libya. It led to the Jasmine Revolution in Tunisia. We have to select the correct statement. Only the second is correct. B is the correct answer. Ahead of Ramzan, North Africa is facing food crises as prices are rising following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and this has led to memories of how the food crises had played a role in several Arab uprisings last decade. It was a series of pro-democracy uprisings that enveloped several largely Muslim countries. Some of them have been Tunisia, Morocco, Syria, Libya, Egypt and Bahrain. The Arab Spring began in December 2010 when Tunisian street vendor Mohamed Bouazizi set himself on fire to protest the arbitrary seizing of his vegetables stand by police over failure to obtain a permit. This was known as the Jasmine Revolution. Hence, the Jasmine Revolution led to the spread of the Arab Spring. Consider the following statements regarding Production Linked Incentive Scheme. The scheme is going to incentivize only the sunrise sectors. Under this scheme, incentives will be paid only if the manufacturers make the goods. Advanced chemistry and solar PV manufacturing are included under the scheme. We have to select the correct statement. Second and third are correct. B is the correct answer. Recently, the government invited applications from the drone industry for PLI scheme, which is an outcome and output oriented scheme where incentives will be paid only if the manufacturers makes the goods. This scheme will give cash incentive for 5 to 7 years, and all the sunrise and important sectors are proposed to be covered in this. Sunrise sectors are promising sectors, but they may need support in the initial years. The sector which are incentivized may be automobiles, networking products, food processing, advanced chemistry and solar PV manufacturing. Consider the following statements. The pangolin is the only mammal to have large keratin scales to cover its skin. The pangolin is listed in the IUCN Red List as endangered species. We have to select the correct statement. C is the correct answer. 2 endangered pangolins have been rescued and deer horns seized in Bihar's Valmiki Tiger Reserve, recently exposing the ongoing illegal trade of wildlife. Pangolins are scaly anteater animals or mammals, not animals but mammals, and they have large protective keratin scales covering their skin. They are the only known mammals with this feature, and out of the 8 species of pangolin, the Indian pangolin and the Chinese pangolin are found in India. The Indian pangolin is widely distributed in India except the arid regions, high Himalayas and northeast. Wildlife Protection Act 1972, it is scheduled in first schedule for IUCN Red List. It is endangered. Consider the following statements. Kali Jai Temple is located on an island in Chilka Lake, and Chilka Lake was designated the first Indian wetland of international importance under the Ramsar Convention? We have to select the not correct statement. D is the correct answer. The Odisha government has proposed to ban movement of mechanized fishing boats in Mangalajodi areas on the banks of Chilika Lake. Chilika is Asia's largest and world's second largest lagoon. In 1981, Chilka Lake was designated the first Indian wetland of international importance under the Ramsar Convention, and major attraction at Chilka is the Irrawaddy dolphins, which are often spotted off Satpada Island. The large Nalabana Island, covering about 16 square kilometers in the lagoon area, was declared as a bird sanctuary in 1987. Kalijay Temple is located on an island in Chilka Lake. Consider the following statements with respect to Cabinet Committee on Security. The Defence Minister chairs the CCS. The Finance Minister is an integral part of CCS. We have to select the not correct statement. First is not correct, A is the correct answer. The Prime Minister of India chaired the meeting of the Cabinet Committee on Security yesterday to review India's security preparedness. Major decisions with respect to significant appointments, issue of national security, defence expenditure of India are taken by the Cabinet Committee on Security. The Prime Minister chairs the CCS and it comprises of the Minister of External Affairs, Home Minister, Finance Minister and Defence Minister. Consider the following statements with respect to the Indo-Tibetan Border Police. It was raised in 1960. It is a part of the Central Armed Police Force in India. Himvees Wives Welfare Association is a welfare wing of Indo-Tibetan Border Police. We have to select the correct statement. Second and third are correct. D is the correct answer. An ITPB official lost his life in the Naxal blast in Chhattisgarh, Narayanpur district. The Indo-Tibetan Border Police is India's primary border patrol organization for its border with Tibet Autonomous Region, and it is one of the Central Armed Police Forces of India. It was raised on 24th October 1962 under the CRPF Act in the wake of the Sino-Indian War of 1962. Himveer Wives Welfare Association is a welfare wing of Indo-Tibetan Border Police. It is an Indian non-profit organization that works for the purpose of providing aid to the spouse and children or any dependents of ITBP personnel. The scheme Bahini aims at providing 100% access to free and safe sanitary pads to school-going girls. It is a scheme of which of the following states? Sikkim is the correct answer. In a first, the Sikkim government is set to announce a scheme to install vending machines in order to provide free sanitary pads. The scheme Bahini aims at providing 100% access to free and safe sanitary pads to secondary and senior secondary school-going girls. It aims to curb dropouts of girls from schools and raise awareness about menstrual hygiene. With respect to the Rohingyas, consider the following statements. They belong to the Indo-Mongoloid ethnicity. The Rohingyas are denied citizenship under the 1982 Myanmar nationality law. We have to select the correct statement. B is the correct answer. The NIA has arrested 6 people who were allegedly part of a syndicate involving in the illegal trafficking of Rohingya Muslims into Indian territory. The Rohingya people are a stateless Indo-Aryan ethnic group who predominantly follow Islam. They used to reside in Rakhine state of Myanmar, which is known as Burma, erstwhile Burma, before the Rohingya genocide in 2017, when over 740,000 fled to Bangladesh and estimated 1.4 million Rohingya lived in Myanmar. And the Rohingyas are denied citizenship under the 1982 Myanmar nationality law. Consider the following countries: Jordan, Turkey, Syria, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia. We have to choose out those countries which have a border with Iraq. All have a border with Iraq. D is the correct answer. Iran claimed responsibility Sunday for a missile barrage that struck near a sprawling US consulate complex in the northern Iraqi city of Erbil. Iraq is a country in Western Asia which is bordered by Turkey, Iran, Persian Gulf, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Syria, as you can see with the help of this map. Consider the following statements. The Dandi March was a part of the non-cooperation movement. At the time of Dandi March, Lord Curzon was the Viceroy of India. We have to select the correct statement. So, answer it correctly. That's it for today. Tomorrow we shall meet again. Until then, thank you so much for watching.